Hello again, Steve here, and today I wanted to talk about probably a surefire way to really get under the fingernails and the nerves and the ire, if you will, of all the censors that are going on social media. See, because I heard recently, I don't know if maybe somebody could tell me if I'm right or not on this, that Google has launched a plan to try to shut down the return of the Republicans at the 2020 election in the United States. Shut it down, they want to do. Now, they're doing all kinds of censoring. We all know that. Like anybody who's politically active, extremely politically active, especially journalistic and opinionated people, are being, if they're not being deplatformed, they're having their channels demonetized, they're being shadow banned, people are being unsubscribed for whatever reason. They're just like, they're really harassing these people, and they're promoting, well, everything else, basically everything that they like. Now, one of the ways that there's one person in particular who could really do something about this, not through government laws and everything else, just by his own actions. And that is the one, the only Donald Trump. Remember that fool that everybody said was just a buffoon and all that sort of thing? Yet a few of us thought that he was actually pretty smart because, I mean, he wrote The Art of the Deal. He, took the power of positive thinking to heart and what have you. And he's been successful in many different fields. Like, the guy is some sort of a polymath in a way. But lots of people like to not observe that. But one of the things that he is a master of is basically forcing, in a way, people to do things they don't want to do because he exposes them for what they are. And he does this on Twitter masterfully. I mean, there was one, Twitter actually tried to shut him down at one point. It's not, they say it was just a rogue employee, but they just tried it, I think, is what happened. But here's the thing. My understanding is, in the US, that when the president has a platform, has the public square, no matter where that is, it could be in his own living room, but if it makes it out onto the public somehow, that people can see it, it cannot be removed. It's there as a public record for people to reference later on. So Twitter cannot shut him down. But here's the thing. With Twitter, he can't really interview anybody. But I think that Donald Trump, what he should do is open up a YouTube channel. I've said this before, actually, a while back, kind of facetiously. Of course, Donald Trump almost certainly will never hear this. I mean, I've got 300, what is it, 300, God bless you all, by the way. The 317 subs or whatever, it rises and falls by a few, over the course of a month. But, so I'm not a big influencer out there in the world of, let alone Donald Trump listening to what I have to say. But think about it, folks. If Donald Trump was to open up a YouTube channel and just do his morning coffee chat or something while he's sipping on his Pepsi with the plastic straw and having his French fries in the morning and his burger or something like that, or his bacon egger in the morning, he could just give a few comments out there. And what would be even funnier, actually, is if he was to do improv interviews with people, of course, who are banned off of every channel. Can you imagine if Donald Trump has his own YouTube channel, right? They can't get him off of there. They're constantly pulling out their hair, trying to figure out what to do with this guy. They can't shadow ban him. They can't unsubscribe people from him. None of that they can do, because it'd be a big doo-doo. I mean, YouTube would be a big doo-doo. But he interviews Alex Jones, say. That would be hilarious. I mean, Alex Jones is not allowed to be talked about. See, this video, I might be kicked off of YouTube just for mentioning that guy's name, right? And or whoever else was kicked off. And he can interview these guys, and not only could they not kick Donald Trump off, they couldn't kick Alex Jones off. And they'd have to leave it up there, and millions of people would be able to see it. They couldn't shadow ban it. They couldn't, delist it. It would have to be up there at the top. It's Donald Trump, after all. It would get millions and millions and millions of views. It would be hilarious. And the thing is, people would love him for it. People would absolutely love Donald Trump for this. This would be, what's his name? FDRs. Fireside chat on steroids. Donald Trump version, right? It would be hilarious. There's Donald Trump chewing away on a French fry. But the funny thing of it is Donald Trump, he rarely eats in public, right? He's very straight that way. And it's a good thing, actually. But it would just be funny. It would be I think it would be hilarious. And it would just, I remember saying in 2015 to somebody who thought I was a fool, basically, for not thinking that Donald Trump was a fool, basically. I remember saying, "Are you serious? Like, did you ever look into this guy? Did you ever read one of his books? Did you ever just wake up for a moment and notice that the guy has done a lot of different things and been very successful at many of them, and Donald Trump has this showmanship, and he could do something like this, and it would be hilarious. It'd be one of the most popular YouTube channels known, and I think it would help him in his election. Because here's the thing: those who hate him are not going to be swayed by this. Those who love him are going to love him even more. And those who are somewhere on the fence, some of them are going to be extremely entertained. And they're going to know about it because the mainstream media and everybody else is going to just start going crazy and saying, this guy is getting worse than he is already. He's not only was he tearing it up on Twitter and being insulting and phobia this and phobia that, here he is doing it on YouTube. And people would flock to his YouTube channel and they would not be able to hide it from him. So he wouldn't even have to enact any sort of anti-censorship thing. He'd be able to platform all these people and it would be hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. And I think it would be it'd be one of the greatest political moves on the censors that I can think of. Because once again, Twitter is easy for him. He can just tweet something out, but he can't really interview anybody. He can't really platform anybody. But he could deliberately go out and platform all those who've been deplatformed. All those major characters who've been deplatformed or otherwise harassed. And it would be absolutely hilarious in the process. I don't know. What's the lesson here, I guess? Probably just stand up to bullies. Don't back down. Don't change our lives because of bullies. Because that's what these censor type people are, right? Is bullies. And just, for what it's worth, I really don't care anymore I'm not really in the crosshairs anyways with 317 subs. Once again, God bless you all. But nevertheless, it's just about, at this point, having fun and sharing ideas on improving the quality of our lives. This sort of thing improves the quality of our lives because we can get a chuckle out of something. That, I believe, is healthy. And standing up to the bullies and the censors is also healthy because at the end of the day, we get to go to sleep at night realizing that we stood as sentinels to the integrity of our conscience. Think about that for a moment. Steve here again, great chat. If you like what I'm doing, please like, subscribe, and share. And if any of you know anybody who knows Donald Trump, send him this video and say, hey, listen to this guy who's got a few hundred subs on YouTube has to say about how Trump could masterfully market himself. Who am I, right? But hey, it was worth a chuckle. Steve, we'll talk again soon. Bye for now.